On this episode of Hot Moves,
crane starts to go up and reveal the landscape. This is really cinematic. That was the one.
Oh my God, it's like...
We're nailing it.
Yes.
We're like completely nailing it.
This is Hot Moves, brought to you by Hollywood Camera Work. To be completely honest, I don't care very much about these kinds of aerial drone shots you're watching right now. I'm much more interested in doing dramatic and close-up camera work. I have a fantasy that drones are like motion control. I've directed music videos with Mark Roberts' motion control, and you program them the same way as a drone, with waypoints and targets even. If only you could do that on a drone, a single person could execute blockbuster camera moves legally without even having to look at the monitor. So can you? On this episode, we do a big Spielbergian TechnoCrane move, and we do nail it at the end, but it's way harder than it has to be.
You would bring in a crane and basically follow him as he's riding the bike, and then as he drives off into the distance, the crane starts to go up and reveal the landscape. And we're basically trying to duplicate that kind of a crane move. The typical thing you'd do with a crane is that you'd be swinging the arm like this, and then when you can't get any further, you start to go up instead.
But we're already forced into a stupid compromise. We're shooting with my trusty old Mavic Pro, and DJI drones have a vision position system made of a sonar and a camera to track the ground. You need this to be stable and safe. But the drone also refuses to fly programmed missions under 2 meters, which makes it impossible to shoot people.
So we picked this place that has like a ditch right here and a lower elevation ground down here, so that we can fly over ground that's lower, which is like a ridiculous way to plan a shot. But let's draw it just to be completely sure what we're doing here. This is the road. Martin is going to be riding his bike right here. So we're going to do 3 waypoints. We're going to do one here, and then one here. That's much higher up in the air. So even though it looks like these two are really close, if you look at it from the side, it's actually going to go like this. Do you see what I mean? And that means that these two are not close to each other. The length between these two are the same. All right, so we're going to set a point of interest just straight ahead of the first waypoint, and the same again for the second waypoint. And then for the third waypoint, we want the point of interest to be like all the way over here, because that's what we're going to crane up and look at. So that's the theory. Let's see if this actually works.
We set the waypoints using the drone itself, which bypasses a lot of GPS and map inaccuracy problems. Right now we're only setting the waypoints, and then later we'll set the points of interest directly on the map. So the framing we're doing on each waypoint is just ballpark.
And now we need to set some points of interest. So I'm just going to do those manually, and I'm just going to put them like here and here. And then the last one we're going to put all the way over here. How we're going to time this is that I think that he should be standing at the first waypoint, and I'm going to be pulling the joystick back, which is going to keep it at the first waypoint until I let go. And then at the same time, I'm going to call action, and then I'm quickly going to start dialing in the speed. And action. That did not go well. And I think I understand what the problem is. The third point of interest is all the way over here. And that means that when we go from waypoint number 2 to number 3, we're interpolating between these. And that means that it just really pans quickly. And that means that I think I want to put this one here. So it's like halfway. So we're panning at a more even speed. A little more forward. Okay. And action. Are you slowing down? You should be accelerating. All right, and action.
I mean, you can kind of see the idea in the shot, but this is really hard to control.
I'm noticing one thing for sure, is that if I don't get him in the right part of the frame from the beginning, I can't go fast enough to get him in the right place. Action! Now, stunk. And action. It's fine.
This one here is almost there. We're getting close.
Hey, you have to keep going. No! That was perfect. You ruined it.
You have never told me that.
No, you have to keep going until I say cut.
I have no idea. You have to say.
This was almost good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. I want to make one last change. Is that I want the last waypoint to just be further over. It feels like the shot ends at a very specific point and then it just stops. And the whole idea was that we just go up, but we go slower and slower, but you still feel the movement. Okay. See, I'm holding the joystick here, so it's basically parked at the starting position now. Action! Oh, we never said cut? Oh, I'm such an idiot. I told him, I promised him I was going to say cut, and now I didn't do it.
That's how they forgot Marlon Brando out in the woods, man.
This is impossibly difficult to control. The problem is that we're so hell-bent on programming the entire shot, but pan tilt really needs to be live. We're doing take after take, and it's all about messing around with the middle waypoint while I learn the right speed to run the mission at. But now we hit the key insight that makes this work.
I was just as confident all the other times, but now I really know what I'm doing wrong.
If we put the second point of interest further down the road, it forces me to start panning sooner, putting me behind him, and then it's much easier to follow him.
And action!
And then suddenly the shot turns into pure magic.
That was the one!
Oh my God, it's like...
We're nailing it.
Yes.
We're like completely nailing it. This is really cinematic.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Let's clean it up and watch it a few times. I'm in love with this shot. There's something about how we're majestically rising up while the people in the shot go about their lives that just tugs at my emotions. There isn't much to criticize except that he's drifting a bit left and right in the beginning. But who cares? It doesn't matter. We really did need the pan to be operated manually. But this is still a fantastic shot.